What is the cause of good and evil in people? Your personal consciousness is entirely responsible for whatever comes into your life and personal experience. It's your personal consciousness which brings you good or evil. No evil which comes to your earth is a natural disaster. Everything inimical to your perfect welfare is bred first in your human consciousness and then given form within your global experience. Without a mindset, you have no life, no development, no evil, no good. Your type of mindset determines the quality of your life. This is the very first truth of existence I want you to realize and understand fully. Furthermore, for as long as you live, you carry your mindset with you wherever you go. There is no escaping it, and day after day, it will continue to create for you the type of existence you have experienced in your past. Many people go through their entire lives believing they are unfortunate. They think that other people have been mean, unkind, ugly to them, and have made their lives thoroughly unhappy. They believe that other people quarrel with them and constantly make difficulties whilst they are absolutely innocent of any provocation. On the contrary, other people are not to blame. It is the personal mindset which is attracting to them their negative conditions. Many people shy away from the suggestion that they alone are responsible for their troubles. It is more difficult for some people to face up to their inadequacies than it is for those who have the inner strength and self-confidence to look at themselves fairly and squarely. But because daily you live in fear of good and evil, and believe and expect these more than you believe that the Father is abundant life and love within you, supplying you with all things necessary for health and well-being. It is your most feared good and evil experiences you attract into your lives and bodies. Your beliefs in good and evil obscure, cloud over all that the Father has in store for you if only you will believe in Father love. You judge your todays and expect of your tomorrows what you have experienced in the past. Therefore, are the ills of your yesterdays continually repeated in the future? You are enslaved by your memories and your undeviating belief that what was past must return again and again to burden and wound you. You do not need to heal your bodies or try to make your lives better. You need to heal your beliefs. I say to you that evil does not come from God. How can God be of two parts, good and evil? It is only in your minds that you conceive good and evil. Only in your hearts do you think and feel it. These thoughts and feelings have nothing to do with the true God, which is the Father within you, bringing you every good thing if you will but believe this is so. It is your belief in good and evil, and the good and evil in your hearts, which brings you sickness. In reality, you live within the kingdom of heaven, and the kingdom of heaven is within you, and you are governed by the Father, but because you believe in the punishments from God, believe that only sacrifices in the temple will save you. Believe that you are heir to sickness, poverty, misery. You create with your minds the very things you do not want. With your minds and hearts you actually form the plans of your own lives and experiences. And what kind of lives do you plan and form in your minds? If someone annoys or hurts you, you retaliate in some way or another. You believe that if your eye is taken, you must expect the adversary's eye in return. You believe that whoever kills should be killed as punishment and compensation. You believe that whoever robs you should pay the price, that whoever steals your wife should be stoned along with your wife. You believe in the extraction of payment for every evil thing that comes your way, since it is human nature to hurt others, and you have been taught to retaliate. Your lives are a continual scene of warfare. Warfare in the home amongst husbands, wives, children, and neighbors, and public figures, and between nations. Your Father knows nothing of this warfare in your lives, but knows the stress in your minds and bodies arising from this warfare, but can do nothing to ease your pain, until you yourselves stop the warfare. You yourselves must cease your fighting and live in peace with your family, neighbors, employers, public figures and other countries. Just as all your evils and sickness begin in the mind, so does your good. Have as much care for your neighbor as you have for yourself. Bless your neighbor when you have an argument. Pray for him when he is harsh with you. Help him out in any way you can at all times, even if he turns his face from you, because then you are constructing good in your mind and thoughts. and good will be the harvest of your sowing. Not only this, you are bringing your mind into harmony and attunement with the Father within you, which is perfect love. Under these conditions, the Father can do its perfect love work in you. I would if I could show you how important you are every second of the day, in the fabric of your home, your work and your country. I long to help you see how your thoughts are the origin of all your good and evil. They are the very ground of your good and evil. If it be that evil comes to you, do not look at your neighbor to see from whence has come that evil. Look within your own hearts and see when last you were at odds with someone. Destructively, by slander, falsifying truth, rejection, criticism. That was the moment of the birth of your present grief. Everything evil you endure, you have been the original cause of it. Yours is the ability to choose the way you wish to live in future. You choose the way you will live by changing your consciousness from antagonism to love and acceptance of everyone equally. If you imagine the damage and hurt you would like to inflict on another, your thought will reach your enemy and will erode their strength according to the intensity of your intention. Do not think that your thought has dissolved and is no more. It rests in electromagnetic strength, taking on form until it rebounds to harm you also. You can do much damage with your thinking and feeling, damage to others and damage to yourself. I asked the Creator, universal consciousness, why mankind has endured so much suffering and evil. I was then shown very clearly that all the problems experienced by humans arose from the central point of the self. Science now calls this the ego. It manifested itself in the personality as a driving need to defend the self from criticism or emotional physical attack, and a similar driving need to push aside other people in order to arrive first in the race of life. It also manifested itself in the personality as a driving need to take all that was best for the self, despite the opposition of others, and a similar driving need to hold on to personal possessions, be they relatives, friends, material goods or achievements, despite any opposition. I was also made to understand that without these two fundamental, eternal, undeviating impulses of creative being, there would be no creation. This is the secret of creation and the secret of existence and of individual being. By working together as a team, separately but inseparable, in the visible world, these twin impulses were the means by which the substance of matter itself has been created out of the sublime universal consciousness. Every evil thing in your present decadent society, in your vast soulless cities, arises out of ego force. It is the source of every wicked, lying, perverted activity presently in operation on your planet. It controls the media, your TV, your families, nations. It is productive of wars all over your globe. It creates a foul miasma of low consciousness energies perceivable by higher spiritual entities, but too horrible to contemplate. It must be understood that there is nothing evil about the ego drive. It is the necessary tool of creation. It is the individual himself who brings about the imbalances in life by allowing the ego drive full control in his personality without thought or consideration for other people. Again, your consciousness is your reality, not your husband or wife, children, home, garden, possessions, qualifications, workplace, friends. For whatever place your people and your possessions occupy in your consciousness, good or evil, this place is only your personal perception of them. The reality of these people is not truly known to anyone. No one has access to the innate goodness hidden in an apparently negative character. Conversely, no one may suspect the hidden drives and desires of a seemingly personable human being. Your external life only impinges on your consciousness. It does not, cannot, create or determine your conscious responses. You are the creator of your responses. Your type of creation depends entirely on your deepest perceptions and beliefs regarding existence. Furthermore, you can, at any moment, choose to gradually dismantle your past inner world in order to create a more harmonious inner kingdom of increasing love, vitality, and joy, although your outer objects people or possessions, remain the same. The spiritual power of the fabric of your consciousness will be radiated outwards and absorbed by the people, plants and bricks and mortar in your immediate vicinity. There will be definite changes and improvements in all that comes within your orbit. It is your destiny in this life, or future lives, to arrive at this full and complete realization. When you do, you will put your foot to the path of self-mastery and then gradually move forward to becoming a true master of your human consciousness world, interpenetrated and assisted by divine consciousness. Your planet and you yourself have been individualized out of universal consciousness, which itself is a law which I constantly reiterated when on earth, the law of faith in good and evil, the law of conviction. Whatever you truly believe in, good, bad and indifferent, will eventually be manifested in your lives. Therefore, be warned, and use the knowledge in this document to free yourself of the world's most destructive consciousness, ego consciousness. Going to church will not help you. Sunday worship will not release you. Your only hope of shaking yourself free from ego and the world's destructive consciousness is to follow the Christ way. For whatever power you give to resentful thoughts, that power will send a direct electrical stream of consciousness to the person who hurt you, and the stream of consciousness returns, zinging its way back to you in due course, like a boomerang. You must know that every electrical field creates a like magnetic field. The two always work together, so that what goes out eventually returns.